Hello, Aries. Welcome to your money and career reading. Aries, money and career. Messages for Aries, money and career. We're going to look at how to continue your success and maybe some opportunities that are coming up. Ceremony, invocation. Okay, so first things first, you have to get really intentional about this next step. You want to really get focused with what you want to invoke, what you want to invite, what you want to build, create, give birth to. Ceremony is a sacred occurrence. It is an event that is designed to strengthen your focus, to call energies in, to release what needs to be released. To me, this is just saying you want to pay close attention and create some kind of ritual or something that can call in the energies that you need, the guides, your guides specifically, because your guides are close and they're always with you. And they want you to create an intentional and focused setting that celebrates and invites this new energy, this new opportunity into your experience. I just keep hearing that intentional, focused. Aries, what is coming up in money and career? Seven of Wands. The Knight of Cups. You seem to be strengthening your boundaries. And this is why ceremony is important, because you want to strengthen your boundaries and strengthen your focus. The Knight of Cups here is a bit of a warning, saying that you might be subject to some kind of external circumstance, like you might get distracted, or you might kind of get a new idea or want to go explore something, or even love, like there could be a love interest that sort of comes in and throws you off focus. So really, Seven and Nine of Wands really want you to create some boundaries and invoke that fighting spirit so that this distraction cannot get in. This distraction, when it comes up, when this Knight of Cups comes up, that it's not so much a distraction. And I'm hearing for you that there's a big healing going on where you are reconciling the relationship with your inspirations and with your softer side, with the side of you that is the visionary, your ability to feel and create and be inspired. So how can we reconcile the soft side of you with the very hard side of you? Boundaries are important. Security is important. Looking at your past and how you have overcome something is going to be part of your story now. You've reached a point of healing where you can start to, Six of Pentacles, the karmic cycle, there's some kind of cycle or lesson that you've recently experienced, that you've gone through and you've really learned something from, and now you can start to reap the rewards. Again, you already really feel here is you really want to contain this, like this bird in nature. It's a blue-footed booby, and they are known to flap when they're trying. Their mating dance is all about distraction, and so You really have to protect yourself against distraction right now, against ceremony. Really, the guides keep saying just get really focused and have ceremony around the things that you do, your ritual, your routine. Make it ceremonious, like see the sacred nature of everything that you're doing, whether it's your morning stretches or the commute or the pre-production, the preparation. There's something about having to honor every step of the way. And sometimes too, the cardinal energy, because your cardinal sign, that could be influencing this as well, where it's you just want to kind of get up and get to the point, get to the work, but it feels like there's something else that is a necessary part of your day, of your routine. It is leading you to financial increase, a boost in career. But you get there by honoring every aspect and ensuring that every corner is looked at, like every aspect of your routine is recognized and given attention. Six of Pentacles as well. There is a need for equality. Sorry, I know there's a bit of a glare, but there is a need for like equal measure, equal attention to all of these areas. And I don't know if there are some debts, maybe some recent debts from the past, something maybe karmic debts or financial debts. There's something that maybe needs to be paid. But focusing on just breaking even at this point, it seems like you're pulling up out of, right? The 7 and the 9 of Wands to me feels like there has been some kind of perhaps a lapse is what I'm hearing, a lapse or a loss of some kind, maybe due to a distraction, I'm not sure, but you're pulling yourself up out of that currently. The energies are really strong here for balancing and bringing you back to that balance point. So the recent eclipse in Libra could have really been a factor in this as well, but everything is balancing. And the 4 of Cups. Okay, so yeah, there is something that you're not currently paying attention to, or maybe something is not being addressed. I'm hearing for some of you, there's a refusal to look at something or a refusal to talk about something, whether it's getting information from somebody, or maybe, again, it is that aspect. So what aspect of business or your career path have you been neglecting? Because I mean, it happens, right? There's always something that takes precedence, but here there's just a bit of, it feels like an inner battle to overcome your own weakness, which in Chiron here with the North Node, they're both in Aries. So this is lining you up for healing. First, there has to be that honest look at healing and wounding and where something from the past. It's like something might have sucked the energy out of you for some of you. So more security is needed, more boundaries, and getting yourself back to that balance point, and then really starting to pay attention to something that you've been procrastinating or putting off. I'm going to get all the cards on the table, and then we're going to dive a little deeper. I'm going into the fairy tarot now because another earthy, I wanted to use animals and fairies. They wanted to come out today. Aries, money and career. So this is kind of the current stuff that's going on, all of the inner work and how that's starting to show up and affect your outer world. And now I feel like this is bringing some benefits or results that you can look forward to. Aries. Aries, money and career. Any messages for Aries, money and career? 4 of Wands. You're setting the stage. You're setting the stage. This could also indicate the 4 corner. We talked about that ceremony. Maybe having an altar, having a vision board, having like ceremony to me is like, it's a significant event that is dedicated to a certain thing, right? So with ceremony, you want to have something that you check in with or acknowledge. And by giving it that extra attention and celebration, you honor it, and you begin to, I think, clear up this 4 of Cups. You heal the 9 of Wands. Anything that had gone unaddressed or unhealed is now healed. And now we have a good structure, we have a foundation. I see a lot of you setting up, decorating, preparing. There's like a dress rehearsal. You're in the rehearsal stage right now. Knight of Cups again. Okay, so you do have an artistic vision, and some of you it's artistic, some of you it is just about showing up for community and really looking at the people that you can rely on, the people that, you know, your community who shows up for you, maybe doing some test runs on some people or networking. There's a lot of positive response, I think, to what you are creating or building. So reach out to your community, show up for them as well. That with the Six of Pentacles here and the Knight of Cups, that's really saying that there needs to be a reciprocated effort, and it's like finding businesses or finding other people that you can join up with who can maybe promote you on social media. You can promote them. They have a resource that you need. You have something that they need. Maybe even trades. Maybe it's not even financial. When you're starting and you're just kind of getting your, I feel like a lot of you are really just starting something here. Maybe because it's your season, you have your eclipse coming up shortly, but it feels like something is just getting started. You're just getting started. Even if you've been doing this for a long time, it's like something new is coming in. It's more inspired, it's more heart-led, it's more soul-fulfilled, sort of soul-fulfilling. It's coming from a sacred place within you. And even though we are talking about money and career, you might ask, like, well, how does that line up with what is sacred? Well, it does, because these are energies, money and career are energies of value. They're currency. It's about how we connect to our world around us and how the world responds to us. That is very much happening here in the Knight of Cups. So there is a positive response. And there's, like, I don't know, is romance inspiring you? There's something more flowing. Maybe your designs are becoming less rigid, more flowing. Something is, the rigidity is going away and you're welcoming in more fluidity. Even in, a lot of you might be working in the design world. That has been a major theme for the last decade or so, moving more from rigid to flow. You're just creating a bit of a wave, creating a bit of movement. So we're creating some movement on this stage. And there's some, use it when it comes to you. When the inspiration is there, you want to use it. King of Swords. King of Swords. Okay, so this is a person, it could be an aspect of you, but it could be someone else, I think, who you're maybe pairing up with, who is really good at marketing or really good at succinctly defining a vision. You want to get clear about what it is that you're communicating to the world. So while you are in this dress rehearsal, let's say, you're practicing saying things out loud and really kind of going over the way that you are marketing your business. And if you can reduce it to one line, I mean, how do you describe yourself and how do you communicate that vision to the world? It's about being very succinct, very inspired, but also succinct. The King of Swords gives a little bit of structure to the Knight of Cups. He's really helping specialize in some area of knowledge. And for some of you, you may need to hire a specialist, or maybe this is taking things to a legal setting where it's becoming official. Whenever we see the King of Swords, it's becoming official. So this can be a professional who maybe has the final word, or someone who can train you, or somebody who has some kind of insider knowledge. But they are very knowledgeable with their area of specialty, but also communicating their knowledge, and they can help you kind of figure out how exactly you want to convey your message. But communication is very important. I'm also seeing paperwork, government officials. It feels, again, it's becoming official. It's no longer just something that's swirling in your heart. It's becoming official. Aries, money and career. What else do we need to know? Money and career for Aries. I feel like a lot of you with this like Knight of Cups, I'm getting that this is kind of the Pisces. We had Pisces season. Saturn's in Pisces. Sun was there. Mars is there at the time of this reading. So your ruling planet naturally is slowed down a little bit in Pisces. So maybe you were kind of struggling and you felt like you were just treading water for a while, or that your efforts were going unnoticed. Well, that is again why you want to seek the help of this King of Swords, or just check in with yourself and get very clear. Remind yourself of what that message is, or that purpose. Like what is your knowledge? You definitely specialize in something, and I think that this is, there's a signing of a document, there's a declaration, something is coming to life here, Aries. The courage to speak. If you have the courage to celebrate this or create ceremony, you have the courage to speak. And sometimes the courage to say it out loud helps it make sense to you. It also communicates to the universe that you don't feel ashamed of it. Here there's a bit of wounding, or something about like keeping it hidden, or not addressing it. So now you're talking about it openly. You're ready to share it with that world stage. You are on a stage making some big declaration. Got one. What is it? The Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, so speak from the heart. It seems like there's a big boiling point, like there's kind of a pressure point. Something has been growing and swelling and building for some time. I feel that this card is related to some kind of blockage you've experienced, and the pressure is releasing. I'm hearing something about a valve. The pressure is releasing to facilitate better flow. And this is also, again, really communicating what's important to you, what matters. And I think that I'm hearing you've cleared the way, or something, this blockage has been removed, where you've had obstacles, or you haven't been able to communicate with your team, with your guides. They are there, and now the communication is clear. You're going to feel more in tune. You're going to feel so inspired. Your cup is full. It's very nourishing. What nourishes you about this? Like speak to what nourishes you and how you can nourish others. Maybe that's a clue for how to increase income for some of you. And one more card. The Seven of Cups. You feel it does feel quite daydreamy. I don't know if there's something that distracts you, or something that creates fog. It could be clutter. It could be too much indulgence in something, where it just becomes confusing, because here you've got this crystal clear connection, this crystal clear cup, this message, this purpose, and then all of a sudden it's like, if you wait too long and you don't act on that inspiration while you have it, it gets muddied by other information. So be mindful of distractions right now. Be mindful of, like, there's confusion and it needs to be cleared. There's clutter and it needs to be cleared. There are obstacles, there are wounds, and this is all being cleared so that you can see your vision clearly and speak clearly, and there's a better channel for giving and receiving. I'm just going to take a minute and see if there's anything else I can pull from this. A lot of you might be struggling with self-belief, and I know that this is maybe surprising for the Aries group, because typically you are such an inspired group and you're natural leaders, but you might doubt yourself, and that's natural, that's normal, but there's something exceptional here that has really created some kind of block. You've really got to be careful with keeping certain things out of your experience. I think this requires discipline until you get yourself to, again, that balance point where you can start over or balance everything and start to experience growth again. Something that starts as an inspiration is going to become manifest. It starts as a feeling, it becomes an action, and then it becomes official. What starts as a feeling becomes action and then becomes official. So this is where this King of Swords, like, you really got to discipline yourself, get very clear with, all right, I can't do this anymore, or I have to do more of this, or I've just got to say no to this. Like, really taking authority in your life too, where you don't let other people distract you. Like, you may find that right when you're on a good path, there's some kind of distraction that shows up, and this is the universe throwing you a little bit of a challenge, saying, how much do you believe in this? How much do you want this? How much are you going to stand up for it? I think the King of Swords is the most important card here. I'm feeling so much from this card, where he really wants you to connect with your message, your purpose, what it is that you want to say, want to do, where you specialize, and where you discipline yourself. And no emotion attached to that, just very objective, like, oh, I've got to cut this out, or I've got to get rid of that, or I have to do more of this. So it's becoming official. Something is becoming official, but we've got to remove some. There's a lot of imagination. A lot of you could be artists or painters or even filmmakers or something. I am seeing a lot of vision. There's a lot of vision, but you just have to be careful. I think with the recent Pisces, all the planets in Pisces recently have created a bit of an energetic slowdown and maybe some distractions for a lot of us, where we want to be immersed in the fantasy, but can't connect it or realize it. So how can we create and make the vision into something real and tangible that moves us along, and we don't feel like we're just kind of stuck in the same fantasy over and over again? So Aries, that is your reading for money and career. I hope it's helpful. If you would like a personal reading, please get in touch through my website, is linked below. It's queenofpentacles.ca.